Good morning, everybody. That's right, we're getting started with another day of news. Another day. It's Wake Up with X1. Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for joining me. This is the daily morning Xbox gaming news show where we wake up together, we have fun, we talk about the gaming news of the day, and we just enjoy each other's company. Psychotic is in the house. He was first here. Good morning from Virginia, X1. Psychotic, my main man, how you doing? Welcome. Onyx Thordall is here. Good morning. Soccer May. Good morning. MF Gaming is back in the house. Buffalo, New York for Onyx. I didn't know that, Onyx. Buffalo. All right. Are you a Bills fan? Onyx, my man. Shine, of course. Good morning, X1 fam. But boy Will is here. Yo, what's up, boy Will? How you doing? Now, I know boy Will's coming at us from Southern California, baby. That's right. Fellow SoCal Nation. I couldn't think of something that rhymed with nation. Web Dave says, everyone hit that like button. Web Dave is in the house. What's up, Web Dave? How you doing? How are you doing? Good to see you, brother. Happy day. Good morning. A live show, says my boy Will. Let's go. Yes, sir. We are doing live shows daily here. It's what we do. We just started this week, so Monday through Friday live shows will be happening each and every single morning. Wake Up with X1 is what I'm calling it, and we're just hanging out, again, talking about the day's news. Today's going to be a little bit shorter. We try to go 30 to 45 minutes, 30 minutes to an hour, right around there. We're probably going to be ending in on the 30-minute mark just because I have a meeting that I have to attend, but we're getting it in nonetheless. We're hanging out. We're having fun. Dark Knight is here as well. Barrick Uphold is here as well. Big Buddha B. Big Buddha D. Good morning. Beautiful day in Utah. Amen. Big Buddha. Are you in Utah right now? It's a big, beautiful day in Utah. It's a big, beautiful Buddha day in Utah. Soccer May says, glad I can make these as I'm at work during X1 Bros. Soccer May, thank you very much for joining. Appreciate it. For everybody that would like to support the show, make sure you hit that like button right now. You can share this with your friends. You can also become a member. Dark Knight right there has the Sexy X badge. That's the loyalty badge. If you become a member, just hit the join button below. Very much helps me out and becomes a member. Today, we're going to cover a few things. The news story of the day is Microsoft blaming Apple for its delayed Xbox mobile store. The headlines are really interesting here because it does say that Microsoft blames Apple, but they're not wrong, right? Like Apple, there's a whole lawsuit that has happened. Apple is countersuing now, or appealing, I guess, rather, the ruling. The ruling says that the Apple cannot prevent apps in the App Store from linking out to optional payments. Before, and I work in mobile gaming, so I know this, before this ruling, you were not allowed to, in your app, say, hey, go to the web to pay for this. And why would games want to do that? Why would games do that? It's because there's that 30% App Store fee, and that's a huge chunk. That's just the reality. It's a huge chunk. Imagine if, let's for instance, if a business from one quarter to another quarter increased 30%, its revenue, it's huge. And that's what's being taken basically off the table if you're running through the App Store and the Google Store for that matter. So that ruling came down, and since then, like Spotify has enabled subscriptions. They link out basically to the web. Now that you do it, Amazon Books now link out as well. If you remember from the Kindle app, you weren't able to buy books. Now you are as a result of this ruling. This ruling has big implications for the future of mobile gaming as a whole. The appeal that Apple has filed has big implications as well. Xbox supported Epic Games. This is really the Epic Games ruling, and Microsoft supported them in that, and then it finally came down. So let's go through this news story today. Let's discuss it. Let's talk about it. And then I want to actually discuss the Randy Pitchford extravaganza that has taken place. And I do have a video dropping in about an hour where I go over that in more detail. So we'll just hit kind of a 10,000 foot view, and then you guys can go watch the video after this show about the Randy Pitchford thing. I'm taking a contrarian view in that, for those of you that don't know, Randy Pitchford said, if you're a real fan, you will pay $80 for Borderlands 4. And when someone was asked, this was in response to someone asking, hey, please don't make the game $80. And I'm against the $80 price increase. I don't think that it needs to happen. However, I don't think what Randy Pitchford said is wrong, and I don't think that it was meant maliciously, and I think it's being taken as both. But we'll go over that. Again, I have a really in-depth video dropping in about an hour here on this channel that you guys could go and check out. For now, let's jump into this news story. This is by our main man, Tom Warren, over at The Verge. Microsoft blames Apple for its delayed Xbox mobile store. Microsoft has filed support for Epic's game's fight with Apple as it wants to launch new Xbox mobile improvements. You might be asking yourself, well, why do I care about this? Because this really is the future of gaming right here. Like, this has huge implications for every game, for every mobile game you use, but then for the Game Pass platform, for the Xbox platform as a whole. The direction of this can be huge, especially as we go into the next generation of Xbox. A year ago, Xbox president Sarah Bond revealed that Microsoft was planning to launch a new Xbox mobile web store in July 2024. That never happened. I've been wondering, this is Tom Warren, what the holdup has been over the past year, and it seems we might have an answer. Apple. Microsoft filed an amicus brief late on Tuesday in support of Epic Games' ongoing fight with Apple's control over the App Store. If you remember, Epic Games took out Fortnite from the App Store. They've just recently brought it back as a result of this ruling. The brief takes issue with Apple's attempt to overturn the injunction that allows Epic and other developers to freely advertise alternate payment methods in their apps and not have to pay Apple additional fees for purchases made outside the apps, as they shouldn't. They shouldn't have to do that. You should give users the options. What you're paying for when you're in the App Store, like if you're in a mobile game, and you're like, hey, I want to buy this new card pack in the mobile game, and you double click on it to buy it, it pulls up Apple Pay, for instance, right? It pulls up the payment within the app there. That's convenience. Now, every payment you make within that app gets that 30% charge from Apple for the right to be on their platform, essentially. However, now you can say, hey, if you want to avoid... So what a lot of games have done is they've increased their prices by 30%. Now they've said, hey, if you want to avoid this 30%, go over to the web, for instance, and you can pay there, where you get charged by regular payment providers like 1 or 2%, whatever the standard credit card fee is there. So Apple's trying to say, no, we set the rules. We don't want to allow the option for that to go outside of the app. I think it's just good business practice for them too. I think they should, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes. So a lot of players don't know that. It's not the App Store itself. It's any game on their platform. If your game is in their App Store, you can be on the Apple platform, right? iOS or Google Play if you're on Google. Any purchase made within that app then takes that 30% knock, which is why, again, Fortnite removed itself from the store. It's why Amazon Kindle never allowed purchases of books in the store. You had to go do it elsewhere, and then it would show up in your library, et cetera, et cetera. Epic and the brief takes issue with Apple's attempt to overturn the injunction that allows Epic and other developers to freely advertise alternative payment methods in their apps and not have to pay Apple additional fees for purchases made outside the app. It's a key ruling that has already allowed Fortnite to return to the App Store in the US, complete with the ability for Epic Games to link out to its own payment system inside the game. Microsoft has wanted to offer a similar experience for its Xbox mobile store prior to the ruling, but it says its solution has been stymied by Apple. Here's how Microsoft explains it. The district court's injunction allows Apple to maintain its in-app exclusivity, but at least should have enabled Microsoft to offer consumers a workable solution by launching its own online store, accessible via link out for in-app items to be purchased off-app and used in games or other apps. And that is what Microsoft wants to do, but even this solution has been stymied by Apple. Prior to District Court's most recent order, Microsoft had been unable to implement linked-out payments or even inform customers that alternative purchase methods exist. That's the key right there. You're not even allowed to say it in the store. It's a huge issue. Because of Apple's new anti-steering policies that restrict Microsoft's communication to users and impose an even higher economic cost to Microsoft than before the injunction. Let's go down here. Microsoft started rolling out the ability to purchase games and DLC inside the Xbox mobile app last month, but I had to remove the remote play option to adhere to Apple's App Store policies. You can't currently buy an Xbox game in the Xbox mobile app on iOS and then stream it inside that same app. You have to manually navigate to the Xbox Cloud Gaming mobile website on a browser to get access to cloud gaming. Sarah Bond also announced plans to let players purchase and play games within the Xbox app on Android in October, just days after a court ruled that Google must crack open Android to third-party app stores. This feature was supposed to arrive in November, but Bond then blamed a temporary administrative stay for holding it back. Again, this is going to be ongoing here for a little while. But I am in the mobile gaming space professionally, and I know that this. So we're paying very close attention to this. This has far-reaching implications. The direction that this goes. Now you can see how this affects Xbox with cloud gaming, for instance. You can see how it affects Xbox with Game Pass. Is that in that Xbox, if they want to expand to be in everyone's pocket via a phone, they're going to have to enable purchases of that. They're going to have to enable you to subscribe to Game Pass. That's the only way to grow. If you got to do it off app, you're fighting an uphill battle from that point on. So it's it has far-reaching implications. Would love to know if you guys have any experience with it. Do you think that you think this is going to change? Do you think it's going to be upheld? Do you think Apple's going to win here? Do you think Epic and Microsoft are going to win? Here's the thing: fighting Apple is the world's, most profitable company, one of the world's most profitable companies, but Epic's no slouch. Xbox is, top 3 as well. Also no slouch. They filed, they're siding with Epic as well. I think Disney also filing with them. It's a real back and forth. On the one hand, I can see Apple's point too. I mean, it's their product. It's their operating system. It would be akin though to, if you think like on Windows, it would be akin to if on Windows, because Microsoft owns Windows, if Microsoft charged you a fee, if Microsoft charged Steam a fee, or didn't even let Steam, offer mobile payments there, and it all had to go through Microsoft. I mean, that's essentially what it is. So it's good. Regardless, it's going to be interesting. Again, I think this has far-reaching implications. Let's jump into chat here. Rachie says, let's be honest, the mobile store sucks dog water. I wonder who cooked on it. PS5 Blows is here and says, what's up, guys? Apple PlayStation 6 coming to a retailer near you, says PS5 Blows. I mean, Apple has jumped into the gaming space for sure. They now sell controllers in their store. They've got their subscription service, Apple Play subscription service, or Apple Arcade, rather, subscription service. Darv says, X1 Morning Show is the best. Helps get everyone ready to slay the dragon at work today. Darv, welcome. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, baby. Welcome to the show. Rachie, why didn't they make a different app or made the store on the browser? You're talking about Xbox because you can't. You legitimately can't. If you're on Apple, you can't link out to the browser. They don't allow you to. So that's what's being under dispute here. They don't allow you to offer different payment options. Rachie says PlayStation Mobile Store has been there for years. PlayStation's eating that cost. They're eating that 30% cost essentially. If that's true, I don't know if that's true, but if that's true, they're eating that cost. Rachie says, I think Microsoft is half-hearted on the mobile side. Maybe. I think that they're newer to the mobile side. I think part of the Activision Blizzard purchase there by Xbox was for King Games, which is giant in the mobile space. So King Dork says Microsoft is not half-hearted in mobile. It's an 80+ billion market dominated by Google and Apple. They want a big slice of that pie. Agreed. They want all the mobile dollars. They want to take it from Apple and Google. I mean, 30% fees is the issue that we're fighting over. If Apple and Google were forced to compete with traditional credit card or payment processing companies, you're talking 1% to 3% fees. That's the difference there, essentially. If I buy from Xbox on their web app, it's a 3% knock that they take. Doable. If you buy that same product on the inside their app on Apple or Google, that's a 30% knock that they're taking from Apple or Google to process that transaction. So you can see, I mean, this battle's not going to go. It's the battle of the Titans. It's not going to go away anytime soon, for sure. We are halfway through the week, guys. I would love to know what everybody is playing. I'm still on Expedition 33, still absolutely loving it. I can't decide on my next game, though. Doom Eternal has come out, and I've not yet jumped in. I have it downloaded and I'm ready to roll. But also, there's a game, Precinct, that I am very curious about as well, that I want to jump into. It's like a top-down police game that looks really, really interesting to me. So I'm kind of going back and forth between those two. Shine says Revenge of the Savage Planet. How is that? I've seen a lot of posts of players playing it everywhere. I've seen it pop up in my YouTube feed quite a bit of, guides and stuff like that. I've not yet watched a stream on it. I should go watch a stream of Revenge of Savage Planet. It looks interesting. It looks fun. PS5 Blows is playing Doom, baby. Very nice. Shine says, then I'm going to focus on AC Shadows. Yeah, my brother went through AC Shadows. He very much enjoyed it. So, Soup, Tainted Grail. Do I know Tainted Grail? I don't think I'm aware of Tainted Grail. Soup, how is it? Dark Knight finally made it to Iraq and Indiana Jones. Hoping to jump on tonight and finish it, dude. Indiana Jones is so good. That game's not talked about enough. They did a fantastic job with that game. They just did. It's for an adventure, for the style of game and what you're doing. You're like solving puzzles and doing this adventure. It never gets old. It never drags, in my opinion. Sometimes with those puzzle games, you're like, oh, here we go, another puzzle. Okay, we get it. Not in Indiana Jones. At least I never experienced that. So, yeah, Dark Knight, after you finish it, let me know. Let me know what you think of the ending. Millsy says, nearly done with South of Midnight. Only 5 achievements left. Then I'll start Expedition 33. Very nice. Are you 100%ing that, achievement-wise? Woo, very nice, Millsy. Talos R says, I finished Doom, Dark Ages, playing now Assassin's Creed Shadows. Very nice. Shine says, Savage Planet is fun. It's silly. Having fun with the exploration and puzzles. Yeah, I mean, it seems like a lot of people are having fun with it. Again, I need to go check it out. There's just so much. We have so many options right now, right? So many options. Onyx is on Doom Dark Ages. That seems to be like the game of the week here. We're rightfully slow, I think. Ride 51 Gaming, the first Tainted Grail was awesome. Yeah, I don't know Tainted Grail. Interesting. It's releasing on Friday, says Soup. I'll have to go look that up and check it out. Trying to hold off on doing a new game plus Expedition 33, says Shine. Yeah, set aside Expedition 33 by yourself. I think it's like a 25-hour game right around. No, it's more than that. It's like a 35-hour game right around that time frame. It's very good. Also, I will say my kids have enjoyed watching me play that. My wife has enjoyed watching me play that because of the story, and they do boss fights really well. It's interesting to watch. It's interesting to passively watch. So highly recommend. Highly recommend. Interrupted Headlock, Genshin Impact, Smite 2, Marvel Rivals, Hunt Showdown, just to name a few. Oh my goodness. Interrupted Headlock is living the dream, baby. Super Shocker says, I'm going back to the remastered Dead Space. I tried the remastered Dead Space, and it didn't hook me. That doesn't mean that it's not good. It's probably more about where my headspace was at the time. My headspace in Dead Space. Yeah, it didn't hook me. I should jump back in and try that again because everybody raves about it, and I don't know what. Maybe my expectations were so high or too high for it rather because I remember everybody raving about it back on the 360 days. So. Millsy says, I try to 100% most games, dude. Salute. Should we do a 21-tongue salute to that? Here we go. 21-tongue salute to Millsy for 100%ing most games he plays. That deserves a salute, baby. To Millsy. Your tenacity, your ambition, your 100%ing of most games is not only respected, it deserves a salute. The 21-tongue salute. We are envious. We have respect, and we salute you. Well done, good sir. Well done. Everybody who listens to this as a podcast and doesn't watch is like, what was that? I mean, everybody watching is like, what was that as well? Talos says Game Pass is kicking. Agreed. I think Game Pass is, it's obviously the best value in gaming. My wife complained that the music was weird for both South of Midnight and Expedition 33. Really? Yeah. Dude, Expedition 33 music, who knew I wanted to listen to like French opera? Who knew? But I do. It's awesome. I love that soundtrack for sure. Super Shocker says you need a dark room. This is true. Millsy says, thank you. You are welcome, my friend. PS5 Blow says, I never 100% games. No salute for me. It's tough, dude. It is. Some games are easy. But most games, it's dedication. It is a dedication. Shine says, I told her she was insane because I love the music in both. Yeah, I mean, I don't know South of Midnight music as much as I only played a few hours of it, but Expedition 33, I can attest. Fantastic. Let's jump into our last story of the day. Many of you may disagree with me, but let's discuss this. Again, I do have a video dropping on this later today. Well, in about 45 minutes here, where I go over this in depth. But I'll just go through the post here. Randy Pitchford, this is making news everywhere on the social medias. Randy Pitchford replied to someone who was saying, hey, please don't make Borderlands 2 $80. And this is what he said. A, it's not my call. And for those of you that don't know, Randy Pitchford is the CEO of Gearbox who makes Borderlands, who owns Borderlands. A, it's not my call. B, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. Now, if you stop the sentence there, I agree with the internet that's very tone deaf and that seems malicious. But he doesn't stop it there. He says, my local game store had a Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991 when I was just out of high school working minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen. I don't think there's maliciousness here in this, and the internet is prescribing maliciousness to it, and I could be wrong. Fully admit I could be wrong here. I think he's just saying if like fans will pay $80 who want the game, not fans will. That's not, or people that aren't as big of fans won't. Here is what I posted up on Twitter yesterday. The Gearbox CEO said real fans would pay $80 for Borderlands 4. Now social media is pretending that's a scandal. It's not. Number one, he's not wrong. I'd pay $80 for a new Red Dead Redemption over plenty of $70 titles. That's just a fact because I'm a huge fan of Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption 3 drops today. I'm not only paying $80. If you charge me $100 for it, I'm paying it because I'm a huge fan of the game. I'm not doing that for most other games. That's just a fact. That's how fandom works. I continue. That's how fandom works. You have to value what matters to you. Number two, $80 isn't a shock anymore. This is the direction the entire industry is heading. He's not inventing it. He's just being honest about it. Borderlands 4 isn't for everyone. That's fine. But the people pretending that the price is the scandal, they were never buying it anyways. And no, I'm not defending $80 games. I'm calling out fake outrage dressed up as moral panic. If the price bothers you, skip it, but don't act like this is new. Now, in fairness, I think it's the tone that people disagree with me with, right? If you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. I can see how people take that as being malicious and snarky, and I just don't take it that way. If he didn't include that second part, that story about what he did as a fan of Starflight on Sega Genesis, then I would agree with him that it's malicious. But I don't think it is. I think he's talking about reality here, and this is just the unfortunate reality of AAA games going forward. I think he's saying, Super Shocker says, I think he's saying quit crying and get to work. I agree. I think he's saying, look, the game's going to be $80. Get it or don't get it. Like that's it. And everybody's really taking this like moral high ground, standing on a platform moment to call it out. And I just think it's all fake. The social bros are fake. Voidlock says, I'll wait for it to go on sale. Yeah, as well. I mean, I enjoy Borderlands 4, but it's not Red Dead Redemption for me. Red Dead Redemption for sure. There, done. Day one. Raichi says Borderlands 3 and 4 isn't worth $80. Borderlands took less than a year to finish. It's on a way of a humble bundle. I can't speak today. 15 to 18 months to find its way to epic freebies. Brad Sams tweeted, "Buckle up." What does that mean? I think. Well, if it was in response to this, I would imagine because the range of outrage at this tweet was coming down, and he could see that. R51 Gaming says people forget that the real value of something is what you're willing to pay for it. So to say games aren't worth $80 and then paying $80 for the game is kind of funny. Agreed. Like either buy it or don't buy it. I think the like moral grandstanding. That's the word I was looking for. Grandstanding is I don't think matches this tweet here, at least in my opinion. Fully recognize I could be wrong on that, but I go over this in more depth in my video that drops here after the show, so make sure you guys go check that out for sure. Hellblade 2 announced for PS5 now. Did that just drop? Did that just drop? Hellblade 2, I think, is one of the most underrated games of of the Xbox Series X generation. That game got hammered because it was the first version that was exclusive to Xbox when it dropped day one. So we knew that it was only a matter of time. If that is the case, if that is indeed dropping, we knew that it was only a matter of time for it to be released over on other platforms. So wouldn't be surprised if that is indeed the case. Shine says less than a year to finish really correlates to most games. Yeah, I agree with that. E-Rank says he's right. Real fans will find a way to play it, including pirating it. Is it harder than ever to pirate games, or is that still relatively easy? I don't know. I don't know if YouTube's going to ding me for even saying the word pirating. I mean pirating in its most classic sense on the high seas. Yeah, I think it's pretty hard now to do that. No, but again, I'm not a super tech guy, so I don't know. Shine says I beat Expedition 33 in less than a year, but I would have spent $80 on it because the story blew me away. Agreed. Amen, brother. Amen to that. Here's the thing. Expedition 33, I think, dropped at $59. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it dropped at $59. Expedition 33, number 2, it's a brand new IP. So I don't know that selling for $80 would have been good for them in that case. But if they create a sequel, you can bet that's selling for $80 because now it's got mind share. Everybody knows what it's about. Everybody knows how good the first one is. You can do that with sequels. It's really hard to do that, I think, with a first IP. I think that was the mistake that Skull and Bones made. Remember the quadruple A game? Its first quadruple A game. I was in the minority with Hellblade 2. I liked it, but to me, it wasn't that much different than 1. I agree. I don't think that it was that much different than 1 at all, but I very much enjoyed it. I think that's what I wanted. I do think the graphics were way more polished, and that presentation was way more polished for sure. And that's what I enjoyed. That to me, Hellblade 2 is the first console showcase. Next gen console showcase. So Jamie Farrell says Game Pass Ultimate, best deal in gaming. Amen, brother. Jesse James, Microsoft giving PS5 more games this summer than Xbox. Well, that's not true because every game that goes to PS5 has already been on Xbox. So they're not leaving it off of Xbox. It's still there. Wacko Games says Metaphor ReFantazio is coming to Xbox Game Pass on May 29th. Metaphor ReFantazio is everybody who has played. I think did I purchase that game? That may have been a game that I purchased and then never got around to playing. I don't know. I'll have to go check. It's really bad when you don't know what games you got purchased. But I don't know. I hear nothing but good things. You know where Expedition 33 is going to ruin me? Their turn-based fight system is, in my opinion, the best that has ever been. And even Persona up to excluding Expedition 33. I played Persona 5, and I think that was the best turn-based battle system than ever before that has ever been. Going back to ReFantazio, will I feel a drop-off with Expedition 33? For those of you who have played both, what do you think? I'm not sure. That's my only worry there. But I hear it's world-class. It's a world-class game for sure. I hear it's a world-class story, etc., etc. Gary John says, I still think once you get a Microsoft store onto an iPhone or one step away from putting an Xbox store onto a PlayStation, that may be the case. I mean, they're very different platforms, but that may be the case long term. I don't know. I don't see PlayStation allowing that anytime soon, but I mean, it's definitely a step in that direction. I would agree with you on that. Shine. Wacko Games says, if that's true, then I'll have something to play soon. Heard great things about it. Oh, for ReFantazio, is that? Yeah. I mean, if that's true, that's my next game for sure. Bob Zip says, if you think Microsoft is controlling Xbox, then you don't know anything about Microsoft. They made Xbox self-sufficient. That's why they gave him money that you just don't give to people. I don't, Bob Zip. I'm unfamiliar with your reference there. Jamie Farrell. Let's not spam comments, bro. In chat, I agree. It's best deal in gaming, but let's not spam it. Let's have something else there. For reals. All right, guys, I apologize. This morning's stream is shorter than usual, so that's gonna be us for today. Again, thank you very much for joining me. This is a Monday through Friday live stream where we wake up, wake up together, hang out, talk games, enjoy this hobby that we love together, and appreciate it. Appreciate you guys for joining. Again, hit the like button. That very much helps this live stream video. I've got a video dropping in 40 minutes now. So make sure, stay tuned for the video in 40 minutes. We go more into depth on the Randy Pitchford thing. We talk streaming or Steam coming to Xbox, the whole shop. Make sure you like the video, share it with your friends. Consider becoming a member. Come join us on Discord. Link is in the description below. We've got a fantastic community over on Discord. Come and join us there. Continue the discussion there. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Happy Wednesday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, bye-bye.